Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Just about 10 minutes, we'll get you on the phones for Clash with Kenzie. Lord tickets for the United Center before you can buy them. Huge tickets coming up. You have to beat Kenzie to win the tickets in trivia, and that is about 10 minutes away.
The Q101 Morning Crew. Sports.
We'll get to the Bulls lottery fix last night in just a second, because first we have to acknowledge your Chicago Cubs beat the Marlins. I knew the Marlins would be a nice little confidence booster coming in. The Cubs had a couple losses in a row.
What a demeaning thing to call an entire baseball team.
I got no stake in the Marlins. It's fine. Seiya Suzuki reached double figures in home runs for the fourth straight Major League Baseball season as they beat the Marlins 5-2. And Dansby Swanson also went long. It sounded like this.
Struggle in that capacity. That's hit well. Deep left field. Stowers to the wall. It is gone. Bye-bye, Dansby Swanson. The hot hitting continues. 9th homer of the year. 2-run blast. It is 2-0 Cubs.
Didn't we agree that that song is canceled because it's actually talking about women being dogs?
That's Who Let the Dogs Out, right?
Right. Who let the dogs out?
Whoop, There It Is a different song.
Whoop, There It Is about, is that the one we canceled?
No. We canceled, you did. I wasn't upset about it. You canceled Who Let the Dogs Out. Whoop, those are two different songs.
Oh, yeah, Whoop, There It Is different. I'm sorry, I forgot. Whoop, There It Is that one? What's that about?
You can tell because the lyrics are completely different.
But I mean,
what's the beat?
I don't know, but so Who Let the Dogs Out, we discovered, is talking about ugly women, dogs. So I said we'd never play that song ever again on Q101. Whoop, There It Is that one okay? Is there something we don't know about that song?
I mean, I don't want to say it's fine, and then I found out, Diddy wrote it with a hitting meaning. So I gotta be careful.
Diddy wrote Whoop, There It Is would be incredible. And then he passed it off.
Yeah, I was like, I gotta be careful. I don't know. I don't get in trouble.
Oh, boy.
If you go to the Wikipedia page for Whoop, There It Is, there is a controversy section.
Oh, boy. What'd you call it? Woomph? There it is?
Whoomp.
Whoomp.
It's whoomp.
I thought you said woomph. I thought you had an F to it.
It's Whoop, There It Is,
Do we have time for the controversy of
No,
Whoop,
we
There?
don't. We got to get to
Why?
the Bulls.
What is it? No, I want to know. I want to know.
Wait, let me get through Cubs.
I don't care about the Bulls.
No, let's get through the Cubs and the Bulls and the Bears. We have to get through those. And then Case will say at the end of sports what the controversy is.
All right,
with
this
Whoop, There
gives
It
you
Is.
time to look at it and synopse it.
And synopsis it. Got it.
Yeah. So the Marlins are again at Wrigley tonight. White Sox at the Reds tonight. So let's get to your Chicago Bulls. Since Chicago and Dallas, the Mavs, had the same record, a coin flip determined who would have the 11th pick. And Kenzie, this is describing your situation of how it works. Who would have the 11th spot or the 12th spot? So a coin flip decided
That's
that.
how they do this whole thing is with a coin flip?
They don't usually, but they had exactly the same record, the Mavericks and the Bulls. And the Bulls lost the coin flip and got the 12th spot. The Mavs got the 11th spot. Now, they ended up staying at the 12th spot, and when you hear that announcement, let's get to that first before I really get mad. It sounded like this on the NBA lottery. There's a couple other picks here first, and then it gets to the Bulls.
The 14th pick in the 2025 NBA Draft, presented by State Farm, will be made by the San Antonio Spurs.
San Antonio receives this pick from Atlanta due to the DeJounte Murray trade in 2022.
Thank you for the explanation.
The 13th pick goes to the Atlanta Hawks.
As expected, Atlanta receives this pick from Sacramento due to the Kevin Huerter trade in 2022.
Appreciate that information.
Picking 12th in the NBA Draft will be the Chicago Bulls.
Why aren't they saying anything about the Bulls? Why didn't they say anything? They didn't.
Because they chose heads. It's like, what are they supposed to say?
They didn't say anything because they knew the fix was in to fix it against Chicago and not.
Did they do the coin flip live?
That's the problem, Kenzie. That's what I went to. First off, we said this was at McCormick Place last night, and yesterday in sports, I talked about a ridiculous spot for it because it's so big. McCormick Place, beautiful, great for the auto show, not for 15 people in a room deciding what their future fate will be. It should have been at a Buffalo Wild Wings out in Lombard or something.
Naturally.
That's where it should have been. Or Bensonville. Bensonville's got a beautiful Buffalo Wild Wings.
That's what I've always heard.
Should have been out there. Instead, Kenzie, they did this coin flip a month ago, and no one knows where the coin flip was or who was involved.
What?
That's a fact.
How stupid. This whole thing's dumb. First off, it shouldn't be a coin flip. Like, what other dumb, like they should have, like, a foot race.
Well, I'm
like
against
an obstacle course? Okay, we're going to put eggs on spoons. Whoever doesn't break when they get around this gets the next pick.
That would have been fun.
That would have been nice.
That would have been really fun.
Something. Rock, paper, scissors, best of 3.
So the 12th pick had a 1.8 chance to win the draft lottery as opposed to the 1.7% chance what the Mavericks got. The Mavericks ended up with the number 1 pick overall.
How does that happen?
Because it's just the draft lottery with the ping pong balls. I don't want to explain all that right now.
It is incredibly complex. We really don't have time.
We don't.
This is stupid.
It is stupid. And it's also a fix. This was fixed to give the Mavs, who traded Luka to the Lakers not long ago, and to get them back on top instead of Chicago, which, by the way, we have
They don't
the
have
highest.
a better way to pick the order. They just pick balls out.
Yes.
And, like, so you could end up, like, last every time.
You could, but it's weighted so you have a better chance to be number 1, the worst team you are. But it's fixed. The NBA draft lottery is fixed against Chicago. We're the most attended, one of the most attended overall at the United Center at the Madhouse of people that go. It's a basketball town. They don't want us to be basketball again because they figure we got too many titles in the 90s with Jordan, and that's where we're at. Fixed.
Doesn't football just do, like, based on record completely?
Yes.
That would just be easier, wouldn't it?
It would be.
Okay. But we're going to keep it. We're going to do the ping pong ball thing, huh?
They want it fixed. The NBA wants it fixed. They don't want Chicago to be good. Imagine we would have got Cooper Flagg, played for Duke.
I can only imagine if we would have gotten a Cooper Flagg. I think about that all the time.
Kenzie, tell
That's
me
how I spend my nights.
Kenzie, tell me all about Cooper Flagg, please.
I mean, white.
Yeah.
Yes, good.
You guys knew it.
Yeah.
Tall.
Yeah.
Obviously. And he gets the ball in the hoop. You know what I'm saying?
He does.
And imagine what the height and all the points.
Mm-hmm.
That, and you don't see it from white people often enough, right? And it was good for him.
All correct. That's a great draft analysis.
Kind of nailed it.
They really did nail it. One more thing before we move on. The NFL schedule drops Wednesday night at 7. But there's been some leaks, some breadcrumbs, if you will. The Eagles will host the Chicago Bears on Black Friday, November 28th at 2 p.m. I will be going to that game. I'm heading to Philly for Thanksgiving with my family, my in-laws, so I will be going to that game. Also, near the end of the year.
Your Thanksgiving plans already?
Well, I'll eat, and then I'll watch football the next day.
Kenzie, I got it mapped out to me this morning. He's locked in.
Locked in for that game.
You ever times have invited Brian over for dinner, and he's like, I can't handle that in my schedule. And he says, Thanksgiving plans already? Like where you're flying and the game you're watching, where you're going to sit?
Well, the problem is driving to Elgin takes the same time to fly to Philly. So if you had a runway at your house from where I'm at, I would definitely come to dinner.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
We'll get you on the phones in 30 seconds for Lord at the United Center. They compete against Kenzie for those tickets. But first, we have to wrap up what we started in sports with Whoomp, There It Is on the Dansby Swanson home run. And there's controversy on their Wikipedia page about the song. We're not trying to ruin it for you, but we might.
It says on the Wikipedia page for Whoomp, There It Is, a similar song, Woot, There It Is, was released by Miami-based rap group 95 South a month prior to tag team's Whoomp. Both groups' record companies maintained that the similarities were a coincidence, as the phrase whoomp, or woot, there it is, was a common expression used by dancers in Atlanta and Miami nightclubs that members of both groups frequented. Arsenio Hall hosted both groups on his television show to perform their versions and let the viewers vote by calling their favorite by calling the 900 number to vote for their favorite song. Decades later, 95 South has maintained that the similarity of songs was not a coincidence and that Woot, There It Is, was stolen by Tag Team.
Wow.
They tag teamed and stole it.
Wow. Arsenio Hall was amazing to make that comparison on the show, by the way. And he went whoop, 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 whoop. That's what he did on his show, People, when he came out, which could be another controversy. Maybe he ripped off something.
Yeah, but he was a real a-hole on Celebrity Apprentice. Maybe not like Arsenio Hall at all.
I missed that season, but I love him.
Kenzie, you're not wrong.
He was, I'm like, I hate you now. This was not good.
Well, don't watch it then, because I still like him. I'm not going to watch it.
You shouldn't, because it ruins Arsenio Hall for
Oh,
you.
damn it. Everything gets ruined. 312-591-8300. Call right now to compete for the Lord tickets at the United Center. That will be against Kenzie and Trivia. 312-591-8300. Call right now to compete for trivia. Lord tickets on the line for the UC.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
You can't defeat her. She's too powerful.
Clash with Kenzie.
Let the battle begin.
Q101.
Well, huge tickets with Lord at the Madhouse. Those tickets go on sale Friday. These are before you can buy them from our great friends at AEG Presents. The show is Friday, September 19th, and the tickets do go on sale at 10 a.m. this Friday. Taylor, checking in, will be competing for the tickets against Kenzie. Taylor, ahoy, tell us something about yourself.
Hi. So I grew up in Las Vegas. I've got a lot of fun stories from growing up there. Moved here for school.
How about a quick fun story? You can tell a fun story in 20 seconds.
Sure. One time I saw Ronnie from Jersey Shore.
Yes, I love where this is going.
Hold on. Hold on.
Thank God.
Hold on. Okay, you saw Ronnie from Jersey Shore.
Yeah, he was ordering at Einstein's, like, with my dad and I, like, right behind us. And my dad had no idea who he was, and I was super excited. And it was just kind of awkward because we kept turning around to look at him, and I was worried he was going to, like, blow up or something. He didn't look happy, but it was still funny.
So he didn't try to sleep with you?
No. He was
See, I
fine.
don't know if you really met Ronnie then.
It doesn't sound like him.
So, yeah.
Also, that
Maybe not.
tracks that, most people getting a bagel in line for a bagel are really excited about the bagel sandwich. Einstein, good bagel company there. And he was still mad, which tracks for Ronnie in Jersey Shore about waiting in line to get a bagel. He couldn't jump the line, maybe. That's why he's mad.
She knows her
So it
target
was
demo.
like, who wrote the note? And he's like, F off.
If you're not watching
Something like that.
if you're not watching the Vacation series, by the way, they're very good. The Jersey Shore
They
Vacation.
still track, like, in their 40s.
They
So
do.
good.
They do. And the situation's become kind of the de facto leader, even though he kind of was even back then, too. He's a little older than that, but he's like this. He's like the Pope now.
What do you mean the leader?
He organizes all these vacations, and
Of course he does. And then I love him because he's just eating everywhere because he's sober. So they're at the club and he has like a plate of fries. It's so funny.
But he's still jacked, though. He's still ripped.
Dude, still doing good.
Yeah. Anyway, enough Jersey Shore there. We should get a situation on the show.
I'll work on that. Can we play
Please,
Clash with
please.
Kenzie? All right, I'll work on it.
All right, here we go, Taylor. First 1 to 5 wins. Listen carefully. If Kenzie gets one wrong, you can steal a point. She can do the same with you. Call heads or tails.
Tails.
It's heads, just like the Bulls coin toss. Good job,
Ah.
I
Taylor.
was just going to say that.
Boo.
We actually did this last week.
Were you the one calling in this mysterious room for the Bulls pick?
It's Taylor's
Yeah, I was
fault.
on an IHOP or something.
No kidding. All right, Kenzie, question number 1. Where on the human body is the tibia?
Oh, I know this. And now I'm nervous. What?
Give us a guess. Go.
Well, because I think it's near your knee.
We'll accept that because it's the leg. That's all I was looking for was the leg.
Or it's right. I know it's in the knee. Like when you see the arrows point, it's right by like kneecap
Sure.
area.
Back to Taylor.
That's right.
Hammer, anvil, and stirrup are parts of which body part? Hammer, anvil, and stirrup are parts of a body part. Which body part?
The foot?
Not the foot. Kenzie, do you know that one?
I want to say it's an ear thing.
It is an ear thing.
Okay.
Good job. Wow.
This is how I do
Dr. Kenzie.
science.
Kenzie, what color mountains are referenced in America the Beautiful? So what color mountains?
It's so sorry.
Uh,
Amber waves, so it's not amber. Purple
Oh,
Mountain
dang it.
Majesty. I had to get to that.
Wow. We heard that.
Sorry. Woo, I got it.
You know how you can
Amber.
you can like listen to our podcast like 2 times speed?
Yeah.
I needed to push that button for Kenzie.
Sorry. It's
if
a
I pu-
long song.
I pushed her nose like she went to 2 times speed. Brian and
Very
Kenzie
long song.
Brian and Kenzie podcast available anywhere you get your podcast on the show if you missed something. Okay, so Kenzie's got 3. Taylor's got
Nothing.
Nothing very quickly. Wow, sorry.
And Kenzie shut somebody out yesterday, too.
I know.
Well, everybody settle down. We don't know where this is going to go.
It's back to Taylor.
Taylor, finish the lyrics. You're a grand old flag. You're a high flying flag. And forever in peace, blank. So fill in that blank.
May You Wave.
Wow. What a patriot. Good job.
I know. What kind of America kick were you on last night in case of these questions?
Last night, I'm on an America kick every day.
Yes. America F yeah. That's what Case's motto is.
Country kicks
You
ass.
had to watch like some Marine movie last night or something.
I watched The Marine starring John Cena. 3-1, back to Kenzie.
Kenzie, in what decade did the Challenger space shuttle tragically explode? In what decade?
Brian, you were alive for this, right?
I was.
So were a lot of people.
Yeah, I didn't cause it. God.
I'm toggling between 2 decades, but I'm gonna say 80s.
80s is right.
Okay, I was like 70s, 80s, 70s, 80s.
Yeah. Nope. Let's see. Back to Taylor.
That's right. 4-1. She needs a point right here.
Taylor, who warned people that the British are coming?
Paul Revere.
Paul Revere. Ones you do get right, you don't hesitate. I
Have
like
you
that, Taylor.
seen the guy on TikTok who he was like, me if I was Paul Revere? And he's like, oh, that's my ex's house. I'm not going to go there. And, like, it was so funny. It's my favorite Paul Revere joke may have ever seen.
I'm sure he got quiet around some houses.
Yeah, it was so petty. I loved it.
The British are coming. The British are coming. I don't care if they get her. All right, so Kenzie can win with this one, sadly, Taylor.
That's right. 4-2. It's back to Kenzie.
Kenzie, egg yolks and liquid butter are the primary ingredients for what sauce? Egg yolks and liquid butter. And the primary ingredients for this sauce.
Like hollandaise?
It is
eggs?
hollandaise sauce. Wow.
Oh, man.
I know.
Well, we have our consolation prize.
We do if you want to get in guaranteed entry on the Brian and Kenzie list for the Bad Flower Q101 free pop-up, Taylor. We can throw you those, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
I know you wanted to... What's that, Taylor?
I said thanks.
Oh, okay, thanks. Case will take care of you. We still have those tickets, so just coming up here after Dexter and the Moon Rocks, less than 3 minutes away, Lord tickets for the Madhouse. All you got to do is hear God Bless the Baby. We'll have that coming up, and you get them. Anybody listening can get them. It's Brian and Kenzie, Q101.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.